Slusha, how you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? I'm going to be Tom the Beer and Whiskey Whisperer for the purpose of this video. I apologize for the slightly late start. I had a few setbacks as I was getting this ready. Anyways, I'm going to have one from Banter Brewing to start with. It is their 66 road trip, kind of a West Coast-ish, let's say West Coast-inspired IPA, West Coast in spirit. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. All right. I hadn't used my Sam Adams glass in a while. Dug this sucker out. Anyway. Show you that beer. Yeah, the glass is old. Almost everything's wore off of it, but nevertheless, there it is. Anyway, I digress. I'm gonna have a little whiskey on the rocks with you too. Using my Hewling Station single barrel as I get near the end of it, and then we'll see if we have anything else from there. See how long we're running. It's my third installment of the News at 10, where I cover some current events, let's say, but then we'll talk about the beer and whiskey as usual. Since it is a Monday, and I'm off tomorrow. My current schedule has me off Tuesdays and most Wednesdays, so I thought, well, I'll do a Monday video. Oh, mercy. Anyways, Slusha. Yeah, it's West Coast-ish. It may not have quite that pine that some want, but I don't know that every West Coast has or needs that. I mean, it's not certainly not what I remember when they first started coming out. Anyway, I typically describe this as a citrus-forward IPA. It's very citrus-forward. A lot of big orange and grapefruit zest. It's good. Nice and refreshing. Everything you want a beer like this to be, especially with the weather we've been having here in the Ozarks. It has been a little steamy. It's been hot as hell, and then it starts raining, so it kind of creates that vicious cycle. Oh man, it was hot today, but then it started raining in the afternoon, and then it just got steamy as all hell. Oh man, that is a nice beer though. Oh mercy. Oh, so what should we talk? What should we talk about now, man? It's the same old shit still going on. I think we've officially reached the damned if you do, damned if you don't portion of our existence here in America. It is rather bizarre. I can't quite figure it out, especially as you start to learn about. Oh, hold on, I forgot to do something here quick. It just hit me. I forgot to change that real quick. Bear with me. There we go. Now we're back in business. If any of you have read or looked into Project 2025, is rather bizarre. It's extremely far right organizations, and I'm not sure at what point. Not sure exactly at what point the Republicans decided to embrace fascism, but they have. The only thing they haven't done is just openly said, "Hey, we're fascists." But I expect it any day now. I'm looking for all the talking heads on the various far right platforms to start defending fascism first, they're going to start telling you why it's a good idea and why we should move in that direction. And they'll all start coming and say, well, we do keep a swastika at home. It's coming, man. It's coming. That Project 2025 is rather bizarre, though. I'm baffled how anybody can stand behind it. I mean, you basically have to say, I hate everybody but me to support something like Project 2025. I hate everybody else. Anybody that doesn't look like me or think like me must go. And that's basically what Project 2025 is. It is a bit of an oversimplification, but sadly, not by a whole lot. I wish it was uh, a larger exaggeration than it really is, but that's kind of what's going on. They want to round up everybody different. The folks in the LGBTQ plus community are in danger, and if you think everybody ought to have the same rights, which we all should, then that's going to be a problem. And if you don't think everybody should have the same rights, it's not freedom that you like, it's privilege. So I mean, this is a bad thing for everybody. I'm not sure why anybody would be for it. And I made a comment on somebody's post, not realizing who I might offend, that if everything you know about Trump nuts now, I mean, these are provable facts. This is no longer opinion. You absolutely know he's a felon. That's a fact. He's a rapist. That's also a provable fact. We know he stole classified documents with a likely intent to sell, but that I don't know for a fact. But we know he took them. That is a fact. We know for a fact, again, this isn't up for debate. These are facts, man. There is no such thing, regardless of what Kellyanne Conway is going to tell you, there is no such thing as an alternative fact. That fact is a fact. Now, you can choose to ignore them if you want. Like, you can say you don't like these facts. It doesn't make them any less true. Incited an insurrection. He tried to overturn an election. I mean, there are so many other things that could be brought up that are absolutely true. It's just ridiculous. Now you've got this Project 2025. I mean, I can't imagine anybody still supporting him at this point. It just baffles me. I don't know how you can claim to have any moral code if you're still supporting him. You're still supporting him knowing he's a felon, knowing he's a racist, knowing he's a rapist, knowing he tried to overturn an election, knowing everything we know now, knowing he supports Project 2025, knowing everything we know, and you're still going to support him. No, you no longer have a moral code. Oh. This particular batch of 66 came out a little bit different, a little heavier on the grapefruit. And at first, I wasn't crazy about it, but I kind of warmed up to it. Just that first, the body felt a little lighter, but the truth is, with that heavier grapefruit and a lighter body, it does feel more summerish. Let me get to some whiskey here. Working through, almost finished off my Hewling Station single barrel straight bourbon whiskey. This one comes in at 113.16 proof. Gosh, this stuff is just amazing. Even at that proof, it's very approachable. In fact, it's easy to drink neat. I only put it on the rocks tonight because it's hot, man. I decided to have everything cold tonight. It's hot. It's very hot, man. Yeah, I get it. Biden's old and he's probably probably wouldn't be my first choice, but you can't deny that a lot of things have gotten done during this administration, a lot of positive things. Well, unless you're on that side and then you want to deny all the positive things. But again, just because you don't like the facts doesn't make them any less true. And that's the problem with talking to anybody on the far right, anybody that still supports Trump nuts, is they don't care. They don't care about the facts. They're going to deny them, even though you can show it to them. You can show it. You can say, "Hey, there you go. There's the facts." They're going to find a way to deny it because they don't want to believe it. It's that cognitive dissonance. They've been spoon-fed a specific narrative, and that's all they're going to believe because they just don't have they don't have the capacity upstairs. If they were to accept the truth right now, they would have to admit that they had been wrong, that they've been fooled, and they're not willing to do that. And that's where we are now as a society. You've got a certain segment that will not admit they've been bamboozled, they've been hoodwinked. They were gullible, and they wanted to believe somebody hated the same people they do. And that's the problem with this Project 25. That's exactly what it is. It's all about fear, hate, and ignorance. And that's all the Republican Party has become at this point. They're not trying to they're not trying to feed you hope. They're not trying to feed you a glorious future. They're telling you everybody else but you is bad. So no, I mean there was a point in time where we can agree to disagree and still be friends. But if you want a certain segment of society rounded up and put in camps, no, we're not going to be friends. So there we've reached the limit. The LGBTQ community deserves the same rights that the rest of us have. They deserve to not be persecuted, which they are being at this point in time. Again, because you have a certain segment of society that would rather believe the lies than see the truth. They've seen these articles from various far right wing sites. They've seen videos, propaganda videos manufactured by extreme far right wing sites. And even though it's obvious that none of this is true, they want it to be true. So they've sucked it in at this point. I mean, they've gone all in on untruthful propaganda because that's what they want to believe. They want to believe the hate, they want to believe the ignorance, and at this point they've gone all in. So for them to walk it back now and admit they were wrong, well, they'd have to admit that their whole belief system was wrong. And quite frankly, they're just too cowardly to do that. Oh, mercy. Man, that is a good whiskey. Yeah, it's nice on the rocks. I've kind of got to the point right now where I've got it to where I like to call the sweet spot. You get that right amount of cold, that right amount of water in there, and just brings all those sugars right to the surface. Uh, big toffee notes, a lot of brown sugar, because you certainly feel a nice bit of molasses in there. Oh man, that is good. I've had this for a little while. It's first, so I know it's time for me to finish it up. But well, I'm going to be sad to see it go. It's good, man. I like products from Huling Station. Oh, excuse me, my bad. anyways, I digress. I'm tired, man. It didn't work a long day per se, but boy, I'm just trying to catch up. Gonna relax with a day off tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do anything or not. Probably not, to be honest with you. That depends on what the weather's going to do. They're talking about a lot of rain and nonsense going on tomorrow. So if that happens, I'm staying put, man. I don't want any part of that, baby. I'll stay home and dry. It's like Jerry Rafferty. I want to be home and dry. Anyway, anyway, I digress. It does. It is baffling how that these are the two best candidates that either party had to put up. I mean, how Republicans knowingly put up a felon. There were some other choices. However, the problem with the Republican field this year is they were all the same. Even those that started running against Trump had the exact same platform as he had. They didn't. There wasn't a moderate Republican in the bunch. I mean, I almost hate myself for saying this, but I mean, they needed somebody like Mitt Romney. Somebody's, you know, not exactly centrist. I wouldn't call him. To me, he's pretty far to the right, but he's a centrist compared to the rest of those crazy ass buffoons. And yeah, I mean, in all honesty, when Biden won 4 years ago, which I was glad to get that orange monstrosity out of the White House, I had hoped in about 2 years he'd step down for health reasons, and we'd have President Harris by now. That was my hope. We'd be in a lot better shape today if that had happened. And we'd have a better candidate running right now, and who knows who her VP would be. So anyway, but this is what we got, guys. For me, it comes down to a moral choice. No, I cannot vote for the guy that's a felon. I cannot vote for the guy that's a rapist. I cannot vote for the guy that's a racist. I cannot vote for the guy who wants to march us, goose step us right into fascism. I cannot vote for the guy who incited an insurrection, tried to overturn an election, who's mocked the disabled, not even to, and then there's the whole grab them by the pussy. I mean, how can you vote for somebody that is so morally bankrupt that Trump says, how can you, I can't make it make sense that anybody would knowingly vote for somebody so morally bankrupt. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just gonna watch Rome burn at this point. I'm just gonna watch her burn, baby, burn. I hope something good comes out of the election. I do. I hope. I mean, I cannot. I cannot foresee anything at this moment, but I'm hoping there'll be some kind of twist and turn where we end up with a decent candidate, somebody who could lead us not into fascism, not Project 2025. I'm telling you, folks, you need to look at it. And if you're okay with it, and if you're okay with everything that's in there, you're not somebody I ever want to know. Anyway, I'm Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor, wisdom man. Biscuits. I'm also. Who are you, Tom? I'm also Tom, the beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Sláinte. So I'm reserving this 10 o'clock Monday Night News at 10 to talk about whatever things are happening at that moment. But I promise you, if I do come back later this evening, and I don't know that I will or not, I will not bring up any of that again. It's only for this one particular segment that we'll talk about any of that stuff in any of my videos going forward. Monday at 10 will be the only time you hear me talk politics in any videos moving forward. And one more time, all around good guy, Sláinte.